Today I'm going to be telling you about the dark truth surrounding fake gurus. In this video I'm going to tell you about how and why fake gurus came about, how they benefit, how they draw you in, and most importantly how to spot and avoid a fake guru. But before we get started, if you have any questions about whether I think such and such is a fake guru, or any questions about something I haven't explained in this video, be sure to leave them down below in the comments and I'll be sure to try and answer them if I can. Now let's get into the video. So how and when did fake gurus come about? And you might remember this video from Tai Lopez back in 2015, and this video was so much different to anything that was on YouTube, and more specifically YouTube advertisements at the time. Before this video, the YouTube advertisement section was only really used by brands such as car companies, technology companies and other incorporated companies like that. Tai was one of the first people to not advertise a product or a company, but to advertise himself as a service. And this opened the gateway for hundreds, if not thousands, of other entrepreneurs to advertise themselves as a service. Tai's Here in My Garage video has been seen over 70 million times on YouTube. It's a 4-minute long video that's been filmed with his iPhone as like a fairly home budget setup that shows that anyone can do it, not just big brands such as car companies and technology companies. This video uses typical entrepreneurial content about how Tai reads a book a day and how he believes that the more you learn is the more you earn. He also uses a number of different buzzwords such as free training course or free webinar, and how he's not promoting a get-rich-quick scheme. Now I'm sure not all of these 70 million views came directly as a result of the advertisement, but it was very heavily pushed by Tai as an advertisement. The video was popping up on all kinds of videos, anything finance related, self-help related or entrepreneurial. Tai was there and people went mad. People went mad because it was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. It wasn't an advertisement for a new car or for a new beverage or for some new clothing or anything like that. It was an advertisement for you to make money. Now, because it was seen by so many people, it gained so much traction. Everyone started making their own parody videos and exposed videos. And they were trying to critique the way that Tai made his money and why he was giving away all of his secrets. Now, Tai probably didn't realise this at the time, or maybe he did, but he created the almost perfect recipe as a salesman to sell himself to people. He grabbed your attention right away at the start of the video with the Lamborghini, and he introduced himself and what he does and why you should listen to him. And then he shows you what you could have, and then he gains your trust and he tells you it's free and that there's no obligation. And then he tries to calm you down and reassure you that don't worry, it's not a scam. And this is the template that he's used that's worked so well that hundreds of other online gurus and fake gurus have used since him. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel, as this really helps get this video some more exposure and helps educate people on fake gurus. Now today in 2020, if you watch any money or finance related content like Graham Stephan, or Meet Kevin, Andre Geek, or Ryan Scribner, you'll usually be greeted by an ad that's almost a direct replica of the Tai Lopez Here in My Garage video. Now I'm flashing some images up on screen, some of which you've probably already seen before. Now I'm not saying that any of these are fake gurus or scammers, they just use the exact same template set by Tai Lopez to try and reel you in and upsell you to a more expensive training course. They get your attention, they draw you in, they gain your confidence and they promise you riches. And all you have to do is watch their free webinar or attend their free course. But why? Why would they do this? Why can't they just give their course away for free? Why can't they just teach you what they know on their YouTube channel? Now most of the fake gurus out there will say that you need to prove your worth. You need to prove that you're not going to waste their time, and you need to prove that you're going to put into practice everything they've told you. And to prove your worth, you need to pay them for their secret, locked away content. Now most of the fake gurus will put some teaser content on their YouTube channel, or their Facebook page, or their Instagram, showing you the kind of riches they have, the cars they drive, the holidays they take, that they're able to work from home or work abroad, and that they don't have to work too hard for it all either. But the how-to content and the secret techniques and the ways to actually make the money are all hidden behind the paywalls. You just have to watch the free webinar or the free video and then make the one-off payment of £997 or £2,499 or £12,000 to get access to it. But why do they do that? Why does it benefit them? Why can't they just teach you how they became so rich for free on their YouTube channel? Because, well, they're rich. They can just give it away for free, can't they? And this response is partially valid and partially not. It's human nature to always want more. Elon Musk is rich, but he doesn't give everyone a free Tesla. Jeff Bezos is rich, but he doesn't give everything away on Amazon for free. It's human nature to always want more and more. Even if you've made it, people will still want to make more money. So gurus will obviously try and sell their course to make even more. But the main reason why fake gurus sell these courses for overinflated prices is because they're not actually rich from the career that they say they are. They become rich from selling the courses. It benefits them because selling these courses very quickly becomes their main and almost only source of income. They probably also make some income from YouTube ad revenue and dabble in their chosen niche. Maybe they own a small consulting firm that turns over 5 figures a year, but they claim that it turns over 7, 8 or 9 figures a year. Or maybe they own 1 or 2 properties and they claim to be a big real estate investor with over 100 properties. Or maybe they try to dabble in the area, such as Amazon FBA or dropshipping, and it didn't quite work for them, but they're going to teach it for a price. So how do they do it? How do they gain your trust? How do they grab your attention? How do they reassure you? And I'm going to tell you about all of that right here today. But first, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we can get started. Firstly, they pick their niche, whether it's digital marketing, MLM, cryptocurrency, dropshipping, day trading, real estate investing, anything like that sounds like it can make you a millionaire overnight. Step number 2 is that they create their course, and the course doesn't matter too much. It has to be believable and it has to contain some information. But really the course doesn't matter too much, because once you've paid for the course, well, they've already got you and they just move on to their next customer. Then they market their course, which is the important part. They get their carefully crafted advertisement in front of a lot of people. They grab your attention by showing you something flash. They tell you a story about how they were just like you, stuck in the rat race, and they wanted to escape and become wealthy. And then they started their XYZ business, started making 6, 7, 8 figures a year, traveling around the world, being financially free, working from home or anywhere of their choosing. And then they've got you hooked, just like that. And they tell you it's really easy to get started and that you can get started with no money. But then they kind of contradict themselves and tell you that you do need to put in a bit of work and it might be kind of difficult. And then they start you on their free training or their free webinar and they move in for the hard sell. They create some scarcity, such as there's only 10 places left, or it's currently on a 97% discount and next week the price goes back up to £100,000, not £3,000. And then they make even more money by introducing different levels of teaching. They start you off with the £500 course, but to get the best techniques, you have to pay for the £2,500 course. And then to learn the most efficient techniques and the best way to implement them, you have to pay for the £12,000 course. And then they chuck in a few testimonials from people in their industry. Maybe it's not even their own customers. Maybe it's just someone else, or a random person's name with a testimonial. And then just for the icing on the cake, they tell you that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Maybe they even laugh as they say it, just to kind of make out how crazy it might seem that it could possibly be a get-rich-quick scheme. If you've made it this far into the video, be sure to drop a comment down below saying icing on the cake, just so that I know that you've made it this far into the video. So how can you recognise this and how can you avoid it? Because I do believe that online training in general can be really good. Probably about 95% of the time when I want to figure something out, I actually just YouTube it. I don't even bother to Google it anymore. How do you change the knife on a Stanley blade? YouTube it. How do you undo a bathroom drain? YouTube it. How do you use a mastic gun? YouTube it. There are so many good video tutorials here on YouTube nowadays, not just for DIY. You can learn to invest on YouTube. You could learn maths or a new language on YouTube. You could even do some work-related training on YouTube. So online training can be really good, but how do you distinguish this good online training from the courses that are sold by fake gurus. And the first way is they follow this technique that I've been telling you about this whole video. I've watched hundreds of DIY tutorials and training for work, but I can tell you that none of them have started with a teacher stood next to his Ferrari or his McLaren wearing a big Rolex. They use some keywords like free webinar or free training. They tell you that it's easy and that anyone can do it, even if you're lazy, but then contradict themselves and say that you will need to put in some hard work and you will need to make some sacrifices. And then they create some scarcity and massively discount the price by like 70% or 90% or 99.9%. They show you some screenshots of how much money they've made or how much money their customers have made. They use some other words like no money down or no money needed or no experience necessary. They show you some photos of themselves on holiday or with flashy cars or expensive jewellery, and they try and upsell you to different courses and even encourage you to take out loans to pay for those courses. But not only this, they're also trying to teach you about something that sounds like it might work or that it could work and that it could make you a millionaire overnight. But it also sounds like it could be really risky or that it might not work at all. Sure, all you have to do is start your own 8-figure consultancy firm, as if that's really easy and as if there isn't millions and millions of other consultancy firms out there that definitely don't make 8 figures and all the firms out there that have failed. Or you just have to be the top #1 Amazon seller amongst all those other millions and millions of other Amazon sellers, a lot of which don't really make that much money. They probably also get very defensive in the comments and call you negative or a neghead, or they just flat out delete the comment and block you for criticising them. But what about the useful courses? How can we distinguish these? They might either be held for free on YouTube, not behind a hidden paywall, or maybe the course will be sold, but for a more reasonable amount, maybe like 50 quid or 100 quid, and it doesn't promise to hold any of these hidden secrets or secret training no one's ever discovered before. Maybe it's training for something that can be easily found online, like maths or English, but it's something special. Maybe it speeds up the training, maybe it modularizes it, maybe it makes it clear and concise and collates all of the information out there into one place. Because obviously, yes, you probably could find everything you need to know about maths and English out there on Google, but you won't really find it if you don't know what to search for. They probably aren't even trying to sell the course or upsell the course. They're just like, guys, there's a course if you're struggling to find any other training. They won't try and tell you that, oh, you need to buy the course for access to the secret information that you can't get anywhere else and that I'm not telling you for free. Hopefully this video has helped you how to spot a fake guru and why they might be a fake guru and how you can avoid that. As always guys, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out some of my other videos. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers!